Boy. YouTube, man. YouTube. All right. Okay. So let's see. Somebody said first. Yeah, buddy. All right. I'm waiting for a notification to pop up. YouTube, man. Can you hear me? All right. We got to get part 2. All right. Upload. There we go. Part 2. All right. There we go. Yeah. So give people a couple seconds to log in as the dogs sit over there eating snacks that I gave them. I don't know what the heck happened. That happened last week too. Don't know what happened. But it is what it is. So I'm just glad y'all are flexible enough to go with it. You got to roll with the punches so I survive. I rock because it keeps the crowd alive. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So while I was doing that, I messed around and let the dogs come in here. Gizmo's out of punishment, but I gave them 2 bones to occupy them, you know. Yeah, I guess the bone is greater than whatever scent Nala is giving off. He's like, all right, I'll get to her in a minute. Eat this bone. Yeah, but don't you go anywhere, Nala. Anyway, so with that being said, they stopped me right in the middle of my rant based on how funky the Democrat Party is. And this man right here on the screen, which is the father of DJ, highlighting how horrible those Democrats treated his son and the rest of the people that they honored that night. So, you know, this is obvious. People are recognizing the fallout of what the Democrats did. They think they just could go ahead and brush it aside or people will forget it. But when you do something like this, these are things that people remember. You know, there's several ways that people will remember something. One is either repetition, you know, something that you're not necessarily interested in memorizing, but you hear it so much, it just becomes a part of your memory. Like the one song I always laugh about. The one song, she drives me crazy, woo, woo. I hated that song. But for some reason, I ended up memorizing it because they played it over and over and over again. The other way is because something is of interest to you. You know, if something's interesting to you, you have a tendency to commit more thought and memory to it. Then the final way is a traumatic experience, something that took place to where you remember where you were at when it happened. Yeah, you remember the faces. You're sitting back going, man, I remember that like it was yesterday. The smells and all of that stuff. Being there, being honored by the president is something that kid will never forget. But along with that is the behavior and attitude of the Democrat Party, which he will not forget. He'll always remember that one. So will his dad and everybody else who watched that mess. And I'm glad that they will remember it. So let's get into it as we are moving along here, because this is all fallout from the dumb Dems. They brought all this on themselves. So the father just broke it down. If you missed the part 1, you got to go back and check out the end of that before I locked up for some reason. All right, the father is breaking it down about how he could not believe that the Democrats would do something like this. The fallout. And they should show these clips during the midterms. When those funky Democrats are running out there, you elect me. Yeah, if you elect me, this is what my party would do. When a 13-year-old kid that survived cancer thus far is honored. This is what we'll do if you elect me. That's what they should run.
And then Lincoln Riley. These are mothers you're talking about. You know, we'll come back to the fathers in a minute. You know, the mothers, come on now. You couldn't stand those mothers on that side. You didn't agree with that. Why? Why is that?
Because they're evil. There it is. Yeah, that's why. I'm glad they interviewed the father to tell everybody how he felt. Yeah, how he recognized what they did. Oh, I saw y'all. Yo, don't think I didn't see y'all. See, everybody saw y'all. And I'm glad Trump highlighted it. In the beginning, they won't stand for nothing. Nothing. See, they walk right into that blind side.
You know, we agree with cancer, but we stand up against it, don't we?
Yes, sir.
But we don't be nasty to people. Just don't have time for it. We got other things to do. Because That's distraction. We don't need distraction when you stay focused. When you toe that line and keep our feet planted to the ground and think about each other. Because one of these days, your tokens in life to play this life of games, of the games in life, you're going to run out, and guess what? Your game's over.
Yep. And those Democrats better go ahead and start questioning, especially the old evil ones. I'm sitting there watching them and I'm saying, man, y'all taking evil to the grave? Joe Biden in his last days is out there still lying. Trump and this, you know what? I'm pardoning all my friends and family. You got Nancy Pelosi, a lot of them that wreaked havoc throughout their life. You would think they would say, you know what? I might as well go ahead and retire to evil. But Nancy's taking it to the grave. Yeah, she's taking it. She's like, I'm going to be nasty to the end. Taking my nastiness with me. On my grave, it's going to be like, here lies nasty, the nastiest of them all. Don't forget to put a little bit of my medicine in my casket too, please. There you go. So, yeah, that man is really saying, yo, y'all can't just be that nasty, that hateful of Trump to where y'all would do something like this. But yes, they revealed who they really are.
And then you're going to be wondering why you're sitting there counting the last 2 minutes of your life saying to myself, was it worth it? Be fair, be impartial, be unbiased, do what's best in the best interest that you can sleep good at night, and you'll be good to go. Look at him. We got everything that we're working against him, but everything's working for him.
I'm loving that. Everything working against him, but everything's working for him. I'm loving it. That dad right there deserves a high five. I wish I could shake that man's hand. You know, I'm loving it. With his son respects him, loves him. I mean, that right there is a great American story right there. Great American story. The problem is it happens to be a great American story that was brought to light by Trump. And that's just too much for them to bear. If the stories don't come from them, then of course they got to sit on their hands. But nobody forgets it. Nobody will forget it. Little DJ won't forget it. I won't forget it. That dad won't forget it. Bishop Wooden won't forget it. And everybody else who watched what they did will remember that. And they wonder why they're becoming extinct.
Was some young, beautiful girl like Laken Riley who was killed, and they don't get up. And they don't salute the mother who's there devastated. Nungary, they don't get up. And they don't salute the mother whose child was devastated. I mean,
look at
brutally killed.
And you know the sad part about it? Is the parents, the ones that were there, that their children were brutally killed because of Democrat policies. Those open border policies. They really, well, I can see why they probably didn't want to get up for that. Because they probably felt guilty. And we'll be talking about that in a second here. Dummies who make these type of decisions that end up leading to the death of Americans. And then when they got to look at their own handiwork, they want to act like you ain't talking about them. Yeah, these people, this person was killed because of an illegal immigrant who came here that was deported several times, came back, caught in, Democrat cities, but they were sanctuary cities. So they just unleashed them. Didn't want to bring too much attention to them until they ended up killing somebody. So now here's the parents. Here's the family. Everybody get up on your feet. You think they want to get up? You think they want to get up and celebrate that? Nope. They're sitting there going, I was in Congress whining about how everybody who wanted to send these illegals back was racist. I'm one of the people who are talking about everybody commits crime. Don't act like it's just the illegal immigrant. And I was one of those people. And look what happened. So I'm going to sit my tail down.
The young boy with cancer that wants to be a cop, and they don't get up and salute that child. They not only don't get up, they're angry.
Yeah, look, you see her? See Nasty? Wiping the nastiness off her mouth. Probably wiping the last bit of black velvet that she probably took a swig of to kill that pain in her hip. But look at her, sitting there. Nasty to the end, man.
And the only thing that happened that was interesting really about it was that when I mentioned Ukraine and people being killed, they started clapping.
Yeah.
And that clap was led by Pocahontas.
Because they do not like America. Everybody but the U.S. There you go. So Pocahontas gave Trump a gift. The whole Democrat Party gave him a gift. They walked right into his prophecy about they won't stand for nothing. And then, of course, fulfilled the prophecy that we all know is true. That they will honor everybody else except for Americans. They don't give a darn about us. And what did they do? Gave him another soundbite. Pocahontas got right up there. Yeah, speaking of Ukraine, Ukraine in the membrane. Look what these folks are doing. Still coming out, trying to go ahead and support Ukraine regardless of the circumstances because they hate Trump. Look at this.
This is something he said before. Also this week, Trump stopped sharing U.S. intelligence with Ukraine and blocked military assistance to the country. Here is the president yesterday defending Vladimir Putin.
Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. You know what it's called. He's defending Vladimir Putin. He's a Putin puppet, everybody. That's what we're about to go ahead and push the narrative. We're bringing it back home. He's a Putin puppet.
Ukraine.
Yeah.
Do you still believe him when he tells you that he wants peace?
You know, I believe him. I believe him. I think we're doing very well with Russia. But right now they're bombing the hell out of Ukraine. And Ukraine, I'm finding it more difficult, frankly, to deal with Ukraine. And they don't have the cards.
The fact is,
Yeah, they're acting a fool and they don't have the cards. But guess what, y'all? This fake behind so-called Republican, okay, who's not a Republican, look what he says. Look at his interpretation of this, okay, because it's true. Trump said they don't have the cards. And you want to hear one of the dumbest things ever? See, this is when your TDS makes you sound stupid.
as they do have the cards.
They do have the
and
cards.
that's probably the thing in this, Director Brennan, that is the most offensive because how do you know they have the cards? Because it's 3 years and Russia still doesn't own them.
Do you hear that, jackass? Do you hear that donkey? You hear that mule? How do I know they have the cards? Because it's been 3 years and look, Russia still don't own them. You fool. They don't own them because of us. The very thing that Trump has been talking about. You don't have the cards. We do. And Russia does. Okay, we have the cards because your 3-year survival depended on our money and our weapons. But here's this fool trying to make it seem to his dumb, low IQ audience that these folks have survived these 3 years all on their lonesome. All on their lonesome. If that's the case, they wouldn't be now going out to America because we're ready to talk. We want to sign agreement because we know we cannot go it alone without America. They wouldn't be doing that. They'd be going, man, we done made it this far by ourselves. Forget y'all. We don't need y'all. We over here making our own weapons. We got plenty of soldiers, baby. Plenty of money. Bounce, man. We don't need y'all. Nope, but they're not doing that. They're not doing that. They recognize that they need us. But this fool, once again, make Trump look bad only to dummies, though. Because that's the only person that will believe that statement. But here he is. These folks survived 3 years all on their own. They're still standing.
The fact is they do have the cards.
Really?
Oh, well, let's see. Let's see if they really got the cards, y'all. How many nukes does Russia have? Their nukes will make you have some cards. Holy moly. 5,580. Gizmo, you're going to get sent out of this room. You understand? Don't look that way at me. Boy, I'm having problems with these dogs today. Anyway, look at all those nukes, y'all. Look at all. Let's see how many Ukraine got. Let's see how many Ukraine got. How many nukes do? At least got to have about 4,000. Easily. Yeah, because Oh, snap. They're butt naked. They ain't got none. Zero. I think the person with the nukes probably have way more cards than the people who don't. So right now it looks like that Putin is just playing around with a little cat and mouse situation. And most likely that is because the U.S. has been supporting Ukraine. But as soon as the U.S. say, all right, y'all hard-headed, like Trump said, they're harder to work with than Russia. Y'all hard-headed, you want to do it yourself? All right, no more intel. I want to see you make it all on your own. Fly, jump out that nest and fly. Go ahead, fly away. That's what we want to see. Let's see them fly all by themselves. But they can't do that? Oh, they need us to support their wings? Interesting.
Think about that.
Well, here we go, y'all. So somebody go get, that is the Democrats, y'all. All right. These are the Dems, man. They going down to the end, fighting, but they can't fight. Like this clip that I'm about to show y'all, okay? Somebody go get your grandmother. Somebody go get Granny, okay? Because the Democrats right now are stinking it up so bad. This is what they're resorting to. Y'all ready for this, man? Not only are their supporters crazy, but the folks in the party is too. Look at this. You ready for Granny?
The speech to be vengeful, revengeful, and instead of being lifting the hopes and the...
Now that's a real live witch. A real live witch. She got the witch nose. She got it all. The background, what is that? Eye of Newt in the background? Or is that bat wings? What is that? Sulfur? Boy, she got the concoctions in the back. With the purple hair, and she's about 90. So let's hear what she got to say about Trump's speech, y'all. Because remember, the Democrats, they got the support of the people.
The aspirations of people of the United States, of how we move forward as a great nation that we are, what the vision for our future was. It devolved into just vindictiveness.
How do you go out and consciously vote for this person? That's what I want to know. This woman's out there with the mic, okay? Some reason they're all trying to TikTok their way into success. They're trying to change it up, become relevant and hip. And they send Granny out there with the purple hair, the witch coat, the witch nose, the witch chin. She got it all. Got every characteristic of the modern day and old witch. Straight witch. And here she is out there talking about something with the mic in her hand. But it gets worse.
And self-adulation on behalf of Donald Trump. It did not address the issue of unchecked billionaires like his friend, ally, and
reading off of a script. Here's the things I got to come out and say. That speech sucked. Everything Trump said sucked. That he didn't address nothing. It's all evil. And the billionaires and stuff like that.
Elon Musk. It was not a speech befitting a great world leader or a great president of the United States.
Now, that's interesting. Because, see, according to the polls, it was great. It's best ever. How is it that the Democrats are seeing things totally different? Or is it that's their mission? They don't care how great of a speech it was. They don't care how many people said, man, that was a darn good speech. It resonated. It meant something. I got to now come out and use my witch nose and my witch lips and all of that to go ahead and try to make it seem negative. But she ain't done yet because she's about to appeal to her constituencies. Okay, watch this. Look at that. She's hip, y'all. Look at these TikTok. She's edgy. She's edgy, y'all. That's what the Democrats are resorting to. So let me understand. That old shriveled up witch lady right there, you're telling me now, has figured out how to use TikTok and how to make all kind of graphics and stuff. Or is this some stupid campaign, some stupid, person, one of the staffers that's about 20, you know what, we got to really appeal to the younger generation because we're losing everybody. So let's make you edgy, make it seem like you're hip with TikTok. So here's their new strategy, y'all. Here it goes.
They stare because they know I'm the ITTIRL. You know I am that girl.
Yeah.
Bitch, don't kiss and tell.
That big fat nose. There you go. So now here it is, y'all. She done become a TikToker, y'all. Instead of actually being a politician. Somebody who's out there trying to make a difference, work with the Trump administration. Now, this is what she's up to. Listen to this.
Yo, this is the ranking Rizzler on appropriations.
Yo, this is the ranking member on the how fake can you get? How fake can you get? This woman came out and hit us with the yo. They don't even realize how stupid they look and sound. But here she is, y'all, appealing. The witch, y'all, is appealing to the younger generation. Or she's just trying to put a spell on them. Let's go ahead and check her style out.
Serving Connecticut's 3rd District. It's time to enter your dark academia Congress era. All right, besties. House appropriation is the money moves in Congress. We are not chasing the bag. We are the bag.
They are the bag.
Democrats are making life smoother through government funding.
Wow. Isn't that amazing how she's able to take a camera with her everywhere she goes, even on the train? Who's recording that? Did she set a stand up right there? Or does she have her little intern or somebody following her around trying to make her look hip as she carries. Everybody does that. Everybody carries one of those little small mics with them like that. Y'all didn't know that? They should vote her so far out, but unfortunately, she's in Connecticut or somewhere like that. I mean, it's fascinating to me that somebody consciously goes down there and votes for the witch. Move. Go on now. Consciously goes down there and votes for the witch.
It's giving it. So Sigma, main character energy. But Republicans' Project 2025 is mad sus.
Mad sus. Holy moly. Who's doing this? Who's writing this? I mean, y'all don't see the conflict? She's old as dirt, and she's talking about some mass sus. I'm convinced who's ever coaching them up hate them. Got to hate them. All right, Dad. I think what it really resonates when you open up with yo. There you go. Then you hit them with the mass sus. She has no idea what mass sus means. They're making straight fools of themselves, and I'm loving it.
Eliminating the Department of Education, negative aura points. Basically, the biggest phantom tax on the environment, on your education, and your rights. Big L posting it online, buddy. Democrats under
Big L posted it online, buddy. Everything about her appearance and behavior is the opposite of what they're trying to communicate through this raggedy behind propaganda. Man, I'm telling you, I mean, I'm not going to help them, though. I'm going to let them self-delete. I'm going to let them go the way of the dodo bird, because that's what they are. They're all dodo birds. If they think this garbage is going to resonate with anybody.
understood the assignment, but go off. See how I keep you informed? Very cutesy, very demure.
And very fake, very forced. Unbelievable. But wait, you think that's it? We got some more gimmicks. Here we go. Yeah. This is their new style, y'all.
I just walked out of Donald Trump's joint address to Congress. I'm absolutely devastated by the that I just heard.
Yeah, because that's the new style. Everybody walks around with the little mics now all of a sudden. Y'all didn't know that? After they did their little synchronized video, now they all just carry around mics and stop, and somebody just happens to be recording them. So now everybody got to give their negative response to Trump in his speech.
Everything from incessant dehumanizing of immigrants to trans people to the LGBTQ plus community to outright lies about who is going to benefit from the tax cuts to come, and the fact that Republicans are cutting Medicaid for so many of my constituents.
I am angry today.
Yeah,
I'm angry what I saw. That president of the United States who ran and had people vote for him because he said it was going to cut their costs.
You see how believable they are? You see how sincere they seem to be? Yeah, it is. This is what they're resorting to. This is what they're reduced to. Coming out, giving these whack speeches, fake emotions, fake outcry, all of that, man, outrage, sitting there. I'm angry today. I am angry today because of something. Move that board back. I need to see what I'm angry about. Okay, yeah, there we go. He's cutting stuff from, look at this. This looks real. Looks like a real emotion.
He was going to make sure they had a chance at the American dream, has come in with an unelected, richest man on earth and taken a chainsaw to everything we care about.
Here we go.
Everything the American people put their trust in him to do. It is a...
And he's getting it done. See, this is what they don't realize. They sound stupid. There it is. Yeah, everything we put their trust in, and he's the only one getting in there going after everything that he said he would do. Trying his best to shut down wars. But these folks love him. Yeah. See, so, I mean, just the fact that he's trying to stop a war is noble. But yet these folks, he's a Putin puppet. That's what they want to focus on. He's a Putin puppet. He's a man trying to bring peace. And these idiots, they don't even see that. The average person is going, yeah, somebody needs to stop that. Trump makes a lot of sense when he says he wants to see the dying stop. Then you look over at them. I tell you, he's a Putin puppet. He's the surrender. And I'm going, y'all ain't going to learn, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I want to see the fallout from all of their behavior.
Betrayal.
Look at this.
It is a betrayal.
Betrayal.
So let's not talk about decorum.
Oh yeah, because see, we don't want y'all talking about that decorum. Because you guys acted a complete jackass that whole day. The fallout is great. So now you got to come out and try to overcome all of the fallout with fake emotions and anger. That's what you got to do. Because everybody's still going, can you believe they sat down like that? Can you believe they came out with signs? Can you believe that guy with the cane got up? And can you believe that? So now she got to come out and say, don't look at decorum. Look at all the evil stuff that Donald Trump and Elon is doing.
When the plot is exposed and reiterated every single day, you take people's health care, you take our veterans' benefits, you take funding for our public schools, and you do it all of it,
so fake,
to give a tax cut to the very wealthiest people,
the wealthy, there we go,
who won't even notice it, but whose greed knows no bounds.
They won't even notice it. So what are you talking about? If they're that rich where they're not even noticing it, well, why would they be doing it? What would be the motive? But once again, talking points. Don't check my work. Don't check what I'm saying. Now, don't do that. And definitely don't look at how we behaved. Look at this. Here's another one.
This flood the zone strategy, I understand clearly. The flood the zone strategy is designed to disorient people.
And it is. You guys are so disoriented. Y'all out there shadow boxing, thinking you're still hitting somebody, swinging, wild. Here you see this, the Tin Man, just so programmed and everything. All you can.
I ain't gonna be disoriented. Not going to be disoriented by it all.
Hurry up, Hawker. Finish what you're saying.
We have to push back with righteous indignation.
What that mean?
But this whole flood the zone strategy is designed to create the appearance of inevitability. The notion that Donald Trump is unstoppable. He ain't unstoppable.
Oh, yes, he is. He's inevitable. I am inevitable. The notion that Donald Trump is not
a single bill connected to Trump's Project 2025 agenda has passed the House because there's unified Democratic opposition.
Yeah.
Not a single bill.
Let's see how that's going to work out.
We're almost halfway through the first 100 days. He doesn't have a single legislative accomplishment, but we're supposed to believe it's all inevitable. He's invincible. It's unstoppable. Show me the evidence.
Oh, it's coming, Tin Man.
Hold on. In the courts, Donald Trump is not winning. He's losing.
Now, isn't that odd? How we feel like he's winning? How we feel like, boy, in spite of all the obstacles y'all are throwing at him. Now, the crazy part is that dodo bird just talked about he ain't winning. At what point do you stop doubting Trump? All right? Remember, this man has won in 2016 against all the odds. Then y'all cheated him. Then he comes back and wins against 2 impeachments, 4 indictments, 2 attempted assassinations, and all of that. And you still talking about that. He's not winning. Then he smashes y'all in an election. And then after that, he's dropping all these executive orders. And we're seeing all this stuff happen. And all the people going, yeah, looks like he's doing stuff. While these fools aren't doing jack, but running around talking about he's not winning. He's helping Elon become rich. But then you got Soul Sister. This one right here is another one, y'all. Check out her style. Y'all remember her ugly foot? Oh, wait, no. Before her, this is what they're up to. See, this is what they're doing in their downtime right there. While they're sitting back trying to figure out how to reinvent themselves. Let's go ahead and make a cheesy behind video that will appeal to who? Idiots. Yeah, look at that. Now, if I'm a Democrat, I'm looking at this and going, what the heck is this? What is that? What do they want me to do? What are they talking about? Choose my fighter. What? This is stupid. I'm going over to the Republicans. That's it. Honey, no, don't go. Get off me, woman. Shouldn't have listened to you in the first place. Dang on it. Now I got to live with the soil of voting for a Democrat anyway. I'm going over there with the men. Okay. If you need me, I'll be over here with JD and all of them. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, God. Oh, there she is. There's Ugly Foot right there. Yeah, she's the ugliest foot of them all. Yeah, for some reason she gets stuck out there every time. So, oh God, look at that. Look at that. Now that right there. Oh, yeah. Word. Look at that. Now you see how unserious the Democrats look with that cringy, stinking video they just did. And then all you do is just show serious people with purpose, people that has vision, people that is getting it done versus those idiots out there. Like, I mean, if I was playing a video game, none of them looked like they could fight. All of them you would have thought not one of them ever threw a punch, nothing. They couldn't even get in a fighting stance. Every one of them was, and yet they're talking about choose your fighter. I'd be like, scrolling through, is there any other ones? That's it? That's all I got to choose from? Now look at this squad. Everybody on the squad is equipped. Constantly getting owned by the Republicans.
Oh no! It's a cultural divide. I'm gonna get it on the phone.
I had to cut it so we don't get copyright. Here we go.
You really about to do it? Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you.
Now imagine being in Congress and this is what you're doing. Yeah, you got time, all right, girls. Here's what we gonna do. All right, let's sit down. We're gonna have a gavel and we're gonna get up and we're gonna mimic this thing. Then we're gonna walk through the halls and we're gonna start dancing, y'all. But yet y'all out there telling us Trump's taking over the whole country. Trump's he's a fascist, and you know what? He's a dictator and this and that. But we got time to make TikTok videos, trying to go viral, social media instead of actually doing stuff. You got time to do this, and then of course a lot of cussing when they put a camera and a mic in front of you. A lot of that too. Look at her, dumb tail.
Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like.
And the girls in the back can't even dance. What is this? What is that? They would get fired just because of that.
You're a part of the House Oversight Committee.
So here she is.
There was a hearing this week where the mayors of 4 so-called sanctuary cities were grilled. I want to play a very quick bit of something that you definitely had to share during that hearing.
Let's hear. Now, watch this MSNBC hit piece right here. This Asian lady right here is going to give her the best lead in for nastiness you've ever seen. Listen to her.
Listen.
Have any of you been made aware of any immigrant that has had 34 felony convictions that has still been able to roam around in your cities? Anyone?
No, ma'am.
See? Now they're going to get enough of sticking ugly foot out there. Okay, when somebody starts stepping on those ugly toes, that nasty foot that the Democrats keep sticking out there, they're going to learn. Okay, so now ugly foot's out there again. Now, here she is, of course, trying to equate Trump and all his trumped up fake charges to these illegal immigrants that have really broken our law. And watch this Asian lady try to throw her a nice pass.
I mean, Congresswoman, it's true. I just talked about the hypocrisy from the GOP. They're so quick to want to round up people on the streets. They don't really even bother to care. If they look brown or black or whatever, it's okay. But
Here we go. See, that's another group of people who haven't listened. The Asian persuasion right there, who's trying to act all mad. And now here she is bringing up brown and other people and black. What do you say? All the GOP were all racist, and we're overlooking all of the crimes that Donald Trump didn't commit and was just thrown on him because of lawfare. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. So now because of the trumped up charges and the lawfare that y'all used against Trump, now all of a sudden you're using that by saying what they should be able to go after these illegal immigrants. And listen to what Uglyfoot says.
In this instance, you do have a 34 felony convicted felon that lives in the open.
Yeah, she's fair and unbalanced. I mean, she's fair and balanced right there. Look at the disdain in her face. I mean, who is this chick? That felon. Face looks like she's having a stroke right there.
Oval Office. If they need the address, I'm happy to give it to them. But what is going on here in terms of trying to kind of exact some type of pressure and a pound of flesh out of these mayors?
Here we go.
So they are always focused on crime. They continue to say things like the illegals and that they broke the law coming in. But what they're not telling the American people is that it is a civil violation. What? It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally.
What did you just say? It's not she's AOC plus. So it is not a criminal violation to enter the USA illegally. The term illegally lets you know it's a crime. But Uglyfoot here, yeah, she didn't catch that. She thinks she's schooling us. And the dummy next to her is sitting here like,
It's not a criminal. It's a crime. It's not a crime, which is why.
As they say, as my grandkids say, Google it.
Yes, please. you have to say about this?
Under federal law, people who enter or re-enter the United States without authorization are subject not only to civil immigration detention and deportation proceedings, but also to criminal sanctions.
Oh my. Wow. Wow. That's about as bad as when AOC said RICO is not a crime. It's a category. Yeah, that's about as bad. So Uglyfoot, once again, sticks that ugly foot out there only to expose that you need to paint that whole foot. Just painting the toenails ain't enough. Put a big fat boot on that foot because it's ugly, but they keep sticking it out there.
Criminal sanctions. Criminal.
Criminal.
And I understand that. I mean, I really do.
It's not a criminal. It's a crime. It's not a crime.
It's not a crime. That's not a crime right there. There it is.
It's not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally.
Illegally. She even used the word illegally. What a dummy. Boy, I tell you, look at him. Yeah. God bless America. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Joe Biden. I did that.
Looks fine to me.
Oh, boy. Democrats. Oh, and we got another one. I ain't gonna even be able to get through them all tonight, y'all. Yeah, we got some good ones. But hold on, let's go ahead and check out her. Because, see, since we were talking about that border and everything and the legal stuff, and these Democrats being dumb, you would think they would say, you know what, how about we ease off on defending these illegal immigrants? How about we do that? But you think they would do that? No. You just saw Uglyfoot out there trying to say that it's not illegal for you to come in here illegally, okay? And then this dummy going ahead and she got some negative things to say about Trump. And watch what she says when it's her turn to defend these illegal immigrants. Watch this.
All right, y'all, I don't have a lot of time. I just came off the House floor. I could not stand one more second, tolerate one more second. This man who pardoned January 6th insurrectionists who desecrated the very chamber that we are sitting in this moment. This man who has no respect for Congress, does not respect us as a co-equal branch of government.
All of that.
Put us into a constitutional crisis. This man with his hateful rhetoric and his even more harmful policies.
Boy, I tell you. So speaking of harmful policies, yeah, let's check and see how harmful these policies are in these dang on sanctuary cities ran by Democrats.
Let me proceed. Data from Texas shows that U.S.-born Americans commit more rape and murder than immigrants.
Listen, this trend of you all trying to get thrown out of committee so you can get...
No, condone. You need to shut it up. But it's time for Democrats to act a fool. That's right. See, this is what they do. See, Hawker Jeffries needs to get hold to him and say, hey, would y'all at least try to act normal? But look, this is what she's doing. This is the woman that's talking about constitutional crisis. Watch this.
Get on MSNBC. It's going to end. We're not going to put up with it.
This is my procedural right.
You can go. You can go with Mr. Frost and Mr. Green.
I'm reclaiming my time.
That's what you want. No.
Man, they all need to just be thrown out of Congress. I mean, they are like kids. I mean, uncontrollable, loud kids putting on shows, drama. Everything about them is horrible. Horrible, man. Here she is. She wants us to take her seriously and breaking every decorum, every rule, and now this guy got to go ahead and chastise her.
But, Ms. President, I have been very accommodating to you. Mr. Shepard,
and I take particular umbrage as a survivor of sexual violence.
There it is. Let me bring up some story in my past. We don't know if it's true or not. But you know you got to shut everybody down when you talk about that. Some type of sexual whatever took place when you're past. I'm a survivor. So now I get to go ahead and do whatever I want, break the rules, keep talking, be overbearing, loud, ignorant, rude. I get to do all of that because I'm bringing up something that happened to me. I'm saying that happened to me back in the day. You think that's going to back him down, though? You think it's going to back him down?
Go.
I will enter into the record. This is my right. Thank you.
No. It is Mr. Subramanian.
I love it. She thought she won because of her grievances and her black girl attitude and her loudness and stuff like that. I will keep talking, and you know what? This and that. Thank you. No. But this is the modern day Democrat Party, man. They be giving us all these wins, all of these beautiful sound bites. That's the party right there. That wants us to take them seriously.
Mr. Chair?
You know the process of unanimous consent. You are not recognized.
I have several articles to enter into the record.
Mr. Sabrignon, if you don't go, we're going to recognize Mr.
Do you
Timmons.
believe it's
There it
acceptable
is.
for
Blow right
illegals to
past
commit
it.
heinous crimes?
So, guys, I didn't get a chance to talk about the hearings that took place on Capitol Hill that chick right there was just defending the sanctuary cities. And yeah, that's about 9 more minutes, and I don't want to go too long, okay, considering it was broken up the first thing. So I will pick up tomorrow addressing this because we definitely got to talk about Mayor Conehead up there, all of them, all these mayors that came up here trying to defend the sanctuary cities, and boy, they were getting their butts ripped, and I love it. So we'll go ahead and we will finish that up tomorrow with a couple other things that I might add to it. But now you see what we're working with, guys. We all know it. And what the Democrats are doing is they are making the rest of the United States see what we've been seeing. And I hope that it is going to be done faster than I expect. I want everybody to just see this and say, man, we're done with these people, to the point where they just be shamed out of business, for real. What Elon and all of them are doing, exposing all of their money that they're laundering and all of the money they use for all these special things, cut them off, choke them out. We got to figure out everything that is in place that helps this party function. And the reason they're kicking and screaming and going crazy like this is because they know that the whole party is built on a house of cards, and we're just knocking them down. So of course Elon Musk now has to get deported. He's a this and that. He's a Nazi and a Trump and all of this, and we got to stop him. And all of the whining, all of the outrage, all of the theatrics, all of the resistance is because their whole structure, their power structure, is being destroyed. Trump this time is truly draining the swamp. And yet they're out there dishing out all kind of fake behind, judges that's trying to block this, trying to block that. Man, we got to get rid of them. Amy Coney Barrett, boy, I tell you, But once we get past all of this crap, man, and, this is going to be a problem for them. Without their money support, and if they go after Act Blue, they go after all of these institutions and this money that's been funneling in all over the place. Just crazy stuff, man. They done built such a network and a web of corruption that, you got to go. It takes an Elon Musk, and a big boss and all of them to be able to tie this all together and see where all of this crap goes. This structure was put in place years and years and years. But yet they're going in and tearing that sucker down in weeks and months and stuff. And they are flipping out over it. And I want to see just what they're going to end up like once it's all torn down. Then we'll be able to see the skeleton of the Democrat Party. That's what I long for. I want to see them stripped down to their bones, where we're going, there it is. That's what's left. We done took away everything. Their toys, the institutions that they co-opted, their money, all of it. Take it all away. So we can see the bare bones of the Democrat Party. Then bury them. That's when you say, there we go. Bury them. So God bless y'all. God bless America. Thanks for kicking it with me tonight in spite of the technical difficulties that I'm going to try to get to the bottom of. It's real suspicious. Did that last week too. So we'll see. But thanks for kicking it with me thus far. And I'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget, hit the like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other social media platforms. And let's see, if you want to support the channel, check out my corner store, or you can simply give to my Cash App and my PayPal link as well. Okay, other than that, I'll be back tomorrow making sense out of all of this nonsense. Don't forget, text that number too, MAGA to that number. Stay connected with me just in case. All right, now let's bounce. This is awesome. The what? Yeah. Tear up the place. Yeah. God bless. Take care.